There is a YouTube video that I have on my channel of when I went to Atlanta for my siblings and my now sister-in-law's baptism at Anthony Mitchell's church. Check that video out. It's a banger. Okay, it was super fun. But anyways, that video is when this situation happened, okay, during that time frame. This happened after their baptism on our way back to the hotel. So we're at a red light, okay? And to the right of us, a car pulls up, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice red car, okay? It was cute. I'm not into cars, so I couldn't tell you like what brand the car was, but I know for a fact it was a sports car. My siblings are the ones that are into cars the most, so they were looking at it, admiring it, and was just like, yo, like, this car is beautiful, right? So I look over and I'm like, oh yeah, the car is cute. And I noticed the guy, I'm like, oh, he's cute, but like, okay, he's cute. I didn't expect anything else to come out of that. I was just like, oh, that's a good looking guy, whatever. So my sister proceeds to go, oh,
get his number.
Huh? For what? Why? Right? I can admire and just move on with my life. I don't have to do extreme things. So I'm just like, nah, like, it's fine, whatever. So my sister-in-law, she's just like,
why not? Like, go ahead.
Right? So I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. So I don't expect them to actually call to this guy, but they do. So I'm sitting there. Next thing I know, my sister leans over and says,
"Excuse me, my sister thinks you're cute. Do you want to give us your number?"
Excuse me? Hold on. I turned to my sister and I said, Wagwani, what's going on with you, girl? You're bugging. I can't believe she just did that. So he looks and he's like,
oh, let me see your sister.
So I peek my head and I'm like, hi. And I turn back because I'm like, I can't believe she just did this. So he's like,
hi, cool, like, yeah, this is my number.
He yells his number. My sister takes his number and he peels off. Now, obviously the man's ego is boosted. You know, he got the car farting, like all that. Like, I'm like, Lord have mercy. So I get the digits and I don't message him until later that evening, okay? Later that evening comes and we're talking back and forth, regular banter, nothing crazy. But this is when the first red flag should have popped in my head. And it did. It was the first time I was just like, oh, okay. I texted him and I remember texting him and saying, you looked really sad at the light. Is everything okay? Like, what's going on? If you don't mind me asking, like, you just look really like beat, you know what I mean? He proceeds to say,
"Oh yeah, I was just a bit hungover, nothing crazy."
Excuse me? You was just a bit hungover. Baby, we don't, okay. I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't even know you could drive hungover. Wouldn't suggest doing that, guys. Please do not drink and drive. Please do not get hungover and drive. These messages spanned over like 2 or 3 days or so. So anyways, we're still continuing to text and then he proceeds to ask me,
so do you go to clubs and stuff? Are you down to go to the club?
Y'all, hear me and hear me well. I am all for some fun, but I don't do the club. Okay, no judgment to anybody who does. I just don't. Okay, it was just more so like, you know, first time we ever like sit and actually have a conversation. You want to go to the club? where there can be a lot of alcohol and bodies, and you don't want to go to a restaurant. This is how I knew at some point we were not gonna be compatible, because my version of a first date is literally like going out to a restaurant or going to the library, or but I don't think I'm the only one. Going to a club as a first interaction is kind of crazy in my opinion. So I was just like, no. I just told him, I was like, nah, I don't really go to the club, but now would be a good time to tell you that I am actually not from Georgia. Like, I don't live here. I have no business here other than with my family. He's like,
Oh, okay. Like, where are you from?
I was like, I'm from New York. He was like,
Oh, okay, cool. So what you doing out here?
I said, you see everybody else that was in the car, right? It was 3 other people in the car. He was like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we just came back from them getting baptized. You see how I kind of just stopped mid-sentence and kind of left y'all? That's as quick as he left me. That man did not respond at all. Mind you, when we were texting, it was like a decent amount of time between texts. Like, Texas? Is that texting? Anyways, like, I'll say 5-10 minutes between messages, because we both living our life, whatever. We just met each other and ain't no obligation, nothing. But I waited for maybe like 2-3 hours, went to sleep. I was like, okay, whatever. He don't owe me nothing. Y'all, that man never got back to me. And so I guess once he realized that I was a Christian, that man said, time to pack my stuff. And you know what? That's fine with me. I didn't take any of it seriously. It was just more so like, okay, you cute. He showed that he wasn't a believer, so dodge the bullet. This is one of those stories where interactions happen as a plot twist. Like, you know how people say, oh, this is for the plot? Like, for the plot of my life, for the story of my life. It's one of those things. It was a story to tell later on. You know what I mean? But anyways, yes, that is the story of the time your girl got ghosted because he found out I was a Christian. So, bye.